Happy Monday. It is a truly happy Monday in Louisiana as the Saints beat the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. And even though most of us had heart attacks during it, we are in the NFC Championship game next Sunday against the Rams. So it is a great Monday when that happens. Today, besides celebrating the Saints' victory, I want to continue my Focus on Lips and Eyes series. All right? So let me get some coffee. So I'm Lisa Thibodeau. This is Tib Talk. And today's Focus on Lips and Eyes is about the halo eyeshadow technique. Now, this is a technique that you can use with any colors, any types of shadows, whether it's powder or cream, whether it's metallic, satin, matte, it doesn't matter. So I'm showing you with some of the nudes because I wanted to show a very neutral, natural halo look, but you could do it with all types. I've done it with even darker and kind of bold shadows. But right now in 2019, the natural nude look is in trend. Not only in trend, but it's something that always is a choice for you, even if the trend is bold colors. If you like the neutral and you want to be more natural, anyone can wear these colors. So I've done it already on this side. And so you can see the idea of the halo technique is you see how I have this very light color that is like a halo, like a light in the middle. If you think of how when you have a body of water and the moon shines down and you have that reflection in the middle, that's basically the halo technique. So I'm going to show you how to get this look on this side. All right? And if you have any questions, please ask and please say hello. And obviously, I love if you share. So the first thing that I want to do is take my deluxe brush, and one thing I always do is I put my highlighter all over my whole eye to try to give me just a good base, and you see how I've got discoloration. Even though I've already put some concealer on my eye, I do have a lot of discoloration. So I'm going to be using one of the new colors, Laid Back. It is just a kind of a cream matte finish. And I'm going to take the deluxe brush and I'm just going to be patting it all over my eye, starting with the lid and going into the crease all the way up to the brow bone. Now, some people like to do this first and some people like to put their highlighter last. Like I said, because I have discoloration, I rather just put it all over. And let me start with a more smooth and one color canvas to do my halo eye technique on. So as I said, it's up to you. But you see how just that itself makes it look all one color. All right? The next thing I'm going to do is I like for the halo technique, I like to use a cream shadow brush or the sponge brush. Okay, this is the angled sponge brush. I like to use the sponge, either one of those, and you might see me go back and forth. And because I want to have control over this part, because what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you first, is I'm going to want to put it from the corner to the middle, leaving a space, and then from here to here, so that I have that space for my reflection, for my halo. And you're going to want it to be a darker color. So the color I am going to use for this is Covetous. This is Covetous. You could also use Visionary. It would be close. Because I've got red on and this is really more of an orangey, I'm going to go with this one. Okay, but again, you could use any shades. You just want your lid that you do on either side, you want that to be darker. And the main thing for the halo is you've got to use some kind of really light highlight for the middle. All right, so I'm taking this brush And I'm using, what did I say I was going to use? Covetous. And I am just going to go from the corner to the middle, only on the lid, okay? I'm going to do the same thing on the outer side, leaving my middle with nothing. Double checking my, okay, I think I need a little bit more on this side. If your outer lids are too light, it's not going to make the highlight obvious, and you want it to be obvious because it's a halo technique. Okay, next I'm going to take Unworldly, which is the brown, kind of bronzy, and I'm going to use my fluffy crease brush. This is a new brush. This is the difference. This is the crease brush, and this is the fluffy crease brush. You see it's similar, but it's a little bit longer and a lot fluffier. And I just like it because I can blend with it too. So I'm going to take that Unworldly, and that's going to be my crease. And I'm just going to go back and forth from the end here, right over where I did it. And I'm doing the middle for this too. Even though I will be putting that halo in there, I'm still doing my Unworldly back and forth. And like I said, I am using this brush because I want to be able to blend with it too. And you can with this. So I haven't put any more back on my brush, but look, I'm just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just really making sure it's blended in there. A little bit more over here. Okay? Is everybody with me so far? It's really an easy technique. You just gotta know where to place your shadows. Now, I'm gonna take the lightest one, Joyful, or you could take, and I'm probably going to put both, I think. Optimistic is one of the best, I think, for the halo technique. But I want to show you Joyful first. So I'm cleaning off my cream shadow brush, and I'm going to take Joyful, and you just patting it all the way up. Like I said, like the reflection on the water. So that's Joyful. Now I want my lid to be a little bit brighter, so that's why I'm using Optimistic. That's this one. If you don't have Optimistic, oh goodness, you got to put that in your palette. Look at that. You see how that really just brings that reflection out? Love Optimistic. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going back to my deluxe brush that I used for the base, the laid back, and I'm making sure that my edges are blended. See how easy it is? But you see how you've got that reflection? It really makes your eyes pop, okay? And then it's just about playing around with your colors. Now, I am also going to show you that I used Gullible, one of the matte, for my eyeliner. I also used Gullible for my brows, and I used Gullible for my contour, and I used Covetous, the same one I had put here, as my blush. So I love that these can be used in all of these different ways. So I'm gonna wet my brush and put it in the Gullible and use it as an eyeliner on top. And I'm going to use it underneath as well. I'm a big proponent in lining your eyes. If you don't like to use the liquids, that's fine. You can use shadow. But I think it's important to line your eyes. Now I finished it with again, because I'm doing a neutral look, I finished it with the brown Epic. I love, love, love the brown Epic. I think it's very natural. It's not as harsh, but it still gives you a very defined look for your lashes. This halo look is honestly one of my favorites to use. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So simple, and you can do it with any colors, any palette that you have. Just make sure that you have at least one of them that can be that reflective color. Okay? To me, optimistic is great, joyful is great. You want one of those really light colors that have a little bit of shimmer. All right? Let's talk now about our lips. I am going to, as always, when I use my lips, I'm going to exfoliate. You gotta have the exfoliator. And you just get it all clean and smooth. Again, you want to have a good base. Now, I think I'm going to use, which I don't know what I did with it, so I know I just had it because I was, oh, here it is. I'm going to use a lip pencil in Pampas, okay? When you do your lips, you want to start with the X here to get your Cupid's bow. So watch this. X. See how I did the X here? That's how you make sure you get your Cupid's bow. And then just follow along the edges. I like to put on the outer parts of my lips, I like to put the pencil because I don't have a big lips there. So this is Pampas. It is a very, very popular lip pencil. Our lip pencils are waterproof, and crease proof, and smudge proof, so I love them. Now the one I'm going to use today, my nose is running, is Snarky. It is a nude kind of plum. I wanted to use a darker nude because of the really light eyes I have. So I still want a nude. I don't want to go too crazy, but I want it darker than my eyes. Look how pretty this is. This is one of my favorites. I don't like to be snarky, but I love Snarky Splash. How's that? And then I am going to finish with the piece de resistance. I don't go anywhere without my setting spray so that it'll last all day. Boom. So I hope you enjoyed this halo look. You can use it on any kinds of eyes, any types of tones that you have, any color